Hello, welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we are going to be continuing the Let's Play for Reverse 1999. So then, first off, before we begin with anything else, Happy New Year, everybody. Ignore the dreary music and dreadful music in the background, but this is the first episode of the year, so Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully you had a nice time around the last days of the last year, beginning of this year, and got some good food, fun, or some good drinking. I know I did at least. I got some whiskey in. But anyway, hopefully you had a nice little romp around the year passing and the new year beginning. And yeah, here's to a new year. Let's hope it's gonna be better, even though the very first episode I'm posting today is probably gonna be something absolutely dreadful again. Look, I have PTSD of Midnight Whistle right now. all of it was very dreadful. War stories. Rubuska's story last time was not helping much. It was just adding to the PTSD, and now we have Corvus, which I'm completely expecting that this story is gonna be another look back at her life, probably while she was serving together with Piros, and yeah, this is gonna be fun. Oh god, I'm dreading this, whatever this is gonna be, but I'm still looking forward to seeing what this story is gonna be about, because so far this patch had some pretty good storytelling. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this is gonna be. And speaking of Corvus, we're also gonna be doing pulls for Corvus in today's episode. I'm probably gonna be doing it immediately, or rather, I will be definitely doing it after we are done with this short intro section here, and doing it before going into the story, because this is gonna be the last. This is gonna be basically the last episode around the Midnight Whistle story stuff. So today we're gonna be watching the trailers and the main trailer, the character trailers, and I got also the other day linked a couple of extra stuff to check out. One of them, I can't remember what one of them is, but one of the two videos came with an extra bit of a spoiler tagged comment and saying, read this spoiler after you've watched the second video. So if it's gonna be appropriate for the episode today, I have no idea what it is, I haven't looked at it yet, but if it's gonna be appropriate for the episode today, I might include it into the thing, but we'll see when we get to the last bit of the episode. And also, very quickly before we do that, I also want to add that because this is gonna be the final episode for Midnight Whistle, and I'm gonna be checking out the trailers and everything, there's gonna be pretty much a lot in the episode itself. Probably not gonna be in this episode including pre-storm protocol or anything, but considering that there's gonna be at least, like, well, rounded out on 7 days until the release of Last Evenings on Earth, I will have room to do one Anecdote episode in between now and then. And by the way, really looking forward to Last Evenings on Earth. Again, last story I need so I can actually keep bum rushing through main story. But I will be doing one Anecdote episode in between now and then. What it's gonna be, I do have an idea, but you'll see next time. I think I already talked about what's gonna be the next Anecdote episode in a previous episode. But anyway, you'll see next time, and probably because Anecdotes are usually short, I'm gonna do more than likely the rest of Pre-Storm Protocol in that episode. So we have everything in there. But yeah, speaking of watching stuff and comments being left behind on the previous episode, Negative 37 said, and this is in regards to Pre-Storm Protocol, connecting the dots, said, I think it's Messiah 3, or is that correctly written, or is it Musée 3? I can't remember what the name was. Anyway, Messiah 3 is the official mascot of the R1999 merch store called the Good Store. There at the very bottom of the website, I used the Wayback Machine and found they've been there as far as it goes back. That's very interesting, okay. Messiah 3 has also appeared in official artwork on R1999 socials. Multiple posts confirm that both sides speak and have a mind of their own. Also very interesting. And you also said, sorry if there's spam, YouTube keeps disappearing my comments for some reason. I had to edit this damn thing so many times. If you see them in a review tab or something, reject all of them. First off, this goes to anybody out. If you're editing your comments, we as YouTube content creators do not see any kind of like drafts of this is the previous version of the comment. Just like everybody else on YouTube, I will only see the edited version. Whatever it is, I'm only seeing this version, what is there. But in regards to what you said there, and I've seen this happen in a couple of episodes, across my stuff and some other content creators as well. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's because YouTube is doing something right now with their comment sections again. A lot of comments have been disappearing, but not completely. Not completely, not in the usual way disappearing. Some do disappear completely for some reason, I don't know why. But your comment, for example, is visible. However, at least on my end, it's not visible if I go to the video itself, scroll down to the comments, and I look at them when they're listed as top comment first. Then pretty much nothing is visible outside of, I think, one other person, at least for me. but and this by the way for everybody else, if you think your comment has disappeared, before you repost it or go and edit it or something else, sort the comment section by newest posted. Usually, for some reason, top comment stuff disappears a couple of comments, probably just how the algorithm is doing stuff. But if you sort by newest, they will be visible. So do check it always. And by the way, this is also a good tip if you're watching something like a live stream or something. When you're watching the chat or want to participate in chat, always, this is the general rule, and I wish it was a permanent option you could select somewhere in YouTube options. But always in the drop-down menu on top where it says top comments, select that and select live comments. Even in live feeds of YouTube comment chats, some comments disappear. I've noticed that several months ago when I was doing some live streams and saw irregularities between my my chat in OBS and the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat was not showing some comments, but OBS chat was showing them to be there. So that got me confused and sent me down a rabbit hole to figure out what happened. And then I heard someone mention that yeah, even in a live chat, just select live comments, and it's gonna help. But yeah, anyway, coming back to the Messiah 3 thing, that is pretty interesting. Especially that they're getting their like store mascots involved into like storytelling stuff. That is pretty interesting. Also, I would probably not know about the mascot store stuff, but because of I don't usually buy merch stuff. It's just too expensive to get delivered to where I live. It's so expensive, and I'm that type of, I'm gonna see something and I'm gonna get tempted, and I do not have the income to also support import fees or delivery fees, because good lord, like one of the things I would love from the store, for example, would be the umbrella. That thing I would love to have as a collectible, but good god, delivery fees on that thing are insane. So no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen that fast. But yeah, anyway, negative 37, thank you very much for that in formal, very common, and also for bringing to my attention that a couple of comments have disappeared, and well, I did see it myself, but anyway, bringing it to my attention so I can actually give you guys a quick little heads up of this is going on right now. But yeah, do keep checking it on other videos as well, because not just mine, but just in general, if your stuff is disappearing because YouTube is just doing something bullshit probably in the background, who knows. It's probably gonna even itself out very, very soon. But yeah, anyway, let's do some pulls for Corvus and then check out her story, shall we? Right then, I love that this is her, I'm guessing, her full promotion art. That is stupidly comfy cozy. I don't know why. This just triggers both a happy bone in me, and also it kind of looks funny. I don't know why. I don't know why. At least something happened in this whole thing, right? Anyway, what is she? DPS, extraction, and dynamo. Okay, so she's part of the dynamo thing. What is your stuff? Forward march. When entering battle gains amplified surge. Oh, pulsing field stuff, okay. After actively taking an action, gains 10 stacks of dynamo at the start of the round. If not on repulsive fields of any level, deploy pulsing field level 1, okay. When pulsing field level 3 ends, every 2 stacks of electric arc are converted into 1 stack of dynamo and 2 stacks of flicker, okay. Crit rate, okay. When the target under welding. When the carrier's attack, Corvus gains 1 stack of electric arc. If the attack deals mental damage, suffers mental defense minus 1%, stackable up to 50. Corvus gains 1 extra stack of electric arc. Sew it all up, prioritizes the target with welding. Ah, okay. Along with the same stacks of breaking point. Breaking point consumed when being attacked by Sew it all up to trigger an additional effect, okay? Or the enemy with the lowest HP percentage, boss prioritized. Okay, that's very nice. What is your stuff? That's a channel skill. Rosy cracks. The Weaver's Trail winds onward along the snowbound Danube, a mirror of homes, cracked soil. Self-channel enters a stitching status for 2 rounds, inflicting welding on the enemy target. If the target is already under welding, inflicts 1 stack of breaking point on them and grants 8 stacks of electric arc to self. Alright. Debuff. Arc threaded shot. A needle threads the soul's still depths. Soft heart steel shell, waiting calmly for dawn. Poetic. 1 target attack, 500% mental damage on max, gain 8 stacks of electric arc, inflicts 1 stack of breaking point on the target. Okay, interesting. Soon into forever. Damn. Okay. Sparks leap from crimson flame, order reborn in fury's wake, till silence sunders the fragile dreams. Again, a nice poem. Also very simple explanation. Not like all the way to the bottom of the bottom of the box. 1 target attack, mental damage, inflicts 1 stack of breaking point on the target triggers, sew it all up 1 time. Okay, easy to understand actually. Oh yeah. Oh, you can also see it from here. Okay, yeah, obviously Dynamo team. I don't have him. I don't have the mushroom boy. But I have the rest. Interesting. Oh, I also already pre-purchased her side tube from the shop. Alright, let's see. Really? Really? Okay. Do we bet on that being Corvus? Oh, it's someone. That's not Corvus.
咁單 case 就交俾我咯噃，多謝晒老細。I'm 黎媽的士 ，Of course you would better call me An An。得閒一齊發達啦！
That. Well, I did want her. I did say a long time ago that I do want her. Fuck's sake! What a moment. What a moment. Alright. Alright, second pull. Well, now I have a guarantee at least. Yeah, convert. That's a bust. 4th one. That's another bust. That was only 5, yeah. Double 5-star. Alright. 7th one. Alright. And that should be Corvus. Yep.
I am fully aware that I'm a guest here. So please, go ahead and conduct your identity check.
Papers, please? Do you want to play Papers, Please, Corvus? Alright. That's Corvus done and acquired and some imprints on top of it. Alright, cool stuff. Now back to the story. Right then, let's see. We have Corvus prepared. We're gonna do her story later and read through their stuff. Gonna have to probably check a couple of stuff on the wiki, but that's fine. Cold Steel. Totally not The Legend of Heroes, but anyway. I swear, if a character, for some reason, if someone is a fan of that series and put a character called Rain in here, I'm gonna Amidst the flying sparks, the once fragmented crimson, piece by piece, stitched back together again. Aha. Oh boy. This is an interesting way. Okay. A leaf on blood-stained water. Oh boy. This is gonna be great, I already know it. Rundown room.
How long will I stay this time?
Oh, holy shit, a young Corvus. Damn. The girl carries a basin of bloody water, following behind the woman. Water pushes in from all sides. A leaf wavers on the water, moving with everyone's voices, never knowing which way it should flow. Just like... Holy hell, what is with the auto-scroll all of a sudden? Just like being shoved around by a crowd. A pleading man. She's got nothing to do with me, she's just a stray. The crowd stands as sullen as gravestones, eyes peering out from lowered brows, as if keeping their gaze down might let them slip past disaster. Like lambs casting their eyes away from the butcher, hoping that by looking away, they might be spared. At the foot of the execution platform, the man weeps in a mess of snot and tears. A bandit chief? Where is she? Bring her over and let me see. The man who looks like their leader waves his broad hand. From outside the crowd, a massive figure carves a path. Not one figure, but two men stitched together, escorting a girl whose hands are bound behind her back, drifting in and out of consciousness. Stitched together. Her steps are heavy, her cheeks are scraped with dirt, and her brow furrows as if holding back pain. The two men's faces are bruised and swollen, their weighty steps fall uneven, adjusting to their newly mismatched limbs. Bring her over! They stagger toward the platform. The crowd parts, then presses in again, like grain parting in a sieve. The gathering cannot help but sneak in a few curious glances. Move! The stitched man flings the girl onto the platform. Writhing along the ground, she eventually worms herself upright. She props her head up, lifting her dirt-streaked face, to meet the eyes of the bandit chief with a glare. Where are her fingers? Here! Wait, what? What? One of these stitched bandits hands the chief a dripping red bundle. Use these two fingers to stitch you together. He unwraps the cloth and pulls out a finger, grinning at his two men as if watching a comedy. Yes, boss. She crawled out from the paddock behind the tavern. Told you to watch that paddock. Then we got stuck together. The chief squats down facing the girl. All trace of his grin disappears. Separate them. Uh-huh. The girl stares coldly at his face, silent. Is she mute? He turns toward the man covering on the ground. No, she's not. She can talk, but I've got nothing to do with her. I don't know why she was in my tavern. The girl turns her head toward the terrified man. Her icy gaze only makes him more desperate. She's got no parents, no one. Just another orphan straggler. So, why did she protect you? The girl's nose twitches. That's because... His scrambled thoughts come out through blinking eyes. How should I know? I didn't ask her to. gun goes off. Gasps ripple through the crowd. The man collapses. His pleas fall silent. Separate them, or you're next. Blood spatters into the girl's eyes. She tucks her face into her shoulder, wiping the blood clean as she returns an icy glare at the chief.
All I can do.
I can cut them apart, but it'll be straight down the middle. Don't make jokes with me.
I don't tell jokes.
His hand tightens on the grip of the gun. The girl's life hangs on a sliver of metal. Another shot snaps the crowd stiff. But it's the chief who falls. Ambush! Ambush! At the word, the crowd scatters. The girl flattens to the ground, forcing herself over to the bundle, where she promptly stuffs her torn fingers into her mouth. Oh, God. Bullets whistle overhead. She scrunches into a ball. The barrage... Also, nice little effect right now. Anyway, the barrage drags on unbearably long. She clings to the ground like an old tree root. Aha! At last, boots crunch closer through the din. Oh, you are getting a unique model, hi? Female guerrilla fighter, okay. Well... The girl lifts her head, and now she sees a long-haired woman dressed in a guerrilla uniform. She gives the bandit chief's lifeless body a solid smack with her foot, then turns her gaze toward the girl, kneeling on the ground.
You still alive?
Okay. She crouches down, pulling the fingers from the girl's mouth with a look of concern, though her tone stays flippant.
You can't eat that.
Oh, come on. How did you get this hungry? You can't eat these. She turns toward her allies and shouts. Shepherd! Shepherd? Is that correct? Shepherd, get over here. Bring this girl something to eat. At that, another gorilla rushes over to untie the girl.
Don't be silly.
You know nothing. Huh? They're my fingers. The guerrilla fighter glances at the fingers, then at the girl. She hesitates, then stuffs the fingers back into the girl's mouth. Oh, God. I've been all across... Renosia? I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but let's go with that for now. I've been all across Renosia, and not once have I seen anything like this. The victorious guerrillas take over the bandit's spot. A few of them sit around the execution platform, watching the girl fiddle with her fingers.
Shev.
Uh-huh. She brushes over the seam between the severed fingers and her palm, pulling them together with ease. Though it leaves a visible line of stitching, her fingers begin to move freely, as though they were never severed. Right, her arcane abilities, huh? You reattached them just like that? The scrawny youth, nicknamed Shepherd, leans in with wide-eyed shock, staring at her finger as if it were a magic trick. Shepherd, go on, fetch your meat. Let's see which herb can do that. The bearded man kicks Shepherd, who clutches his sore side and shuffles to give him space. A small man tags along behind the bearded giant as he makes his way up to his boss. That trick's pretty impressive. Can you heal others too? The girl nods, then grabs a piece of hard bread beside her and wolfs it down. Slow down, slow down. I'm afraid you'll swallow those fingers of yours. Toller! Here! Go on, Toller. Fetch us a basin of water. The man's scowl is barely visible beneath his brown beard as thick as a lion's mane. He leaves with his lackey. Where did you come from? She lowers her head, trying to keep her eyes level with the girl's face. But the girl keeps gobbling down food, ignoring her question. Are you all by yourself? Still no answer. Her cheeks bulge like a drum. Watching this, the woman can't help but pat the girl's cheeks a few times. Uh-huh. The girl looks confused. It doesn't feel like a strike of anger, more like a friendly greeting. Hey, what's your name? Water's here! The girl takes the basin full of water and plunges her head in for a gulp. No, that's not for drinking! From a distance, Shafir shouts in panic but shrinks back under Todor's glare. He mumbles an explanation instead. It's not clean. The girl stops to stare at her reflection in the basin.
I don't.
I have no name, and I don't know where I came from.
Then
Then you can join us. You seem to be in need of protection, and we're certainly in need of someone with your talents. The girl's ears twitch. She glances around the woman, then suddenly bolts. Stop her! But the entire squad is filled with the ragtag soldiers. She scarcely makes it 2 steps before the hulking Todor seizes her. Careful with her hand. Right! Despite her frantic struggle, she winds a bound and brought back to the guerrilla fighter. We're not the bad guys. You're not different from those bandits. You use guns to get what you want. That's not true. I heard everything back there. You're a stray, aren't you? Just another victim of this damned war.
We're on the same side.
We're your people. The girl's face shows clear doubt. She can't even begin to understand the claim. Alright, interesting meeting. The girl carries a basin of bloody water in her clean hands. We're back to auto-scrolling, following behind the woman. She lowers her head, watching it ripple with each step she takes. The water stirs up against the basin's edge, splashing briefly only to rebound and stir it even more.
I won't.
I won't bleed for them. I protected the tavern keeper, and what did I get? I don't need you to fight for them. I only need you to keep us alive. Why? Just so you can rip this land apart piece by piece?
Could it be?
How are you any different from those bandits or the occupation forces? Huh? How are they gonna convince her? This is our home. And it can be your home too, Iglika. You don't have to wander anymore.
My name is Iglika.
Not rat, not slave. Iglika. That became my name. Wash the blood off your face and hands, then pour out that basin. Dora will fetch you some fresh water later, so you can bathe. Iglika sets the basin down on a crumbling table. Her shelter is an old gatehouse, damaged in some forgotten battle, but still able to keep out the wind and rain. I won't go to the front. I'll only treat the wounded you bring back. That's our deal. Shafir lurks at a distance, both eager and fearful, eyeing the new doctor in their ranks. I never break my word, but since you've joined us, you'll follow the rules, and you'll address me properly.
Yes.
Yes, Captain Nusha. Okay, that's her name. We're going to make a little home of our own here. To a little girl who grew up displaced, who never knew a care from anyone else, that promise almost felt real. Okay, switching to current Corvus. Alright, interesting. Obviously backstory. Okay, minigame all of a sudden. Oh god. Sewing together blood vessels. By using her arcane skill, Corvus can reconnect blood vessels and stitch the patient's damaged tissue. Blood must flow from the starting node. Use blood vessels... Use blood vessel sections to connect the starting node to the terminal node. Okay, it's one of these puzzles, huh? These are the available types of blood vessel sections, okay? Drag a section to an empty space to draw blood. Yeah, okay. Necrotic areas cannot have blood vessel sections placed on them. Alright. This is gonna be one of those puzzles, huh? Just go down to it and done. Usually that minigame is tied to something like something like what's it called? Something like electricity or something, just a current. Now it's blood vessels, yay! Good old war times. Alright, these sutures. It is a home, though it's neither warm nor safe. And after every skirmish, Iglika's room would end up looking worse than a battlefield. Ouch! The whole band squeezes in, soldiers spilling out past the doorframe and into the yard. Her gatehouse is made for a cramped hospital, made even worse in moments like this, when those who come along can't bring themselves to leave. Maybe it's to witness Iglika's miraculous stitching skills, but more than that, their comrades' screams compel them to stay. Okay, I'm not gonna scream in her voice. Oh, I don't want to pick the mic right now. Anyway.
Shut up.
Oh hey, full model. There we go. Damn, also with... I saw it in a little portrait, but damn. She looks so different with short hair. Alright. Stop it. Dodor's curly face twists up with each scream. Step by step, he positions himself behind his lackey, Kirill, looking everywhere but at the scene. Artilleryman Ivan. Even your beard's quivering. But shut up! When she fixes herself up, it didn't look like it hurt that much. Shafir, give me something. Coming! At his captain's call, Shafir fumbles out a vial of powder from his pocket and pours it into her mouth. The pain and powder cause her to hack up violently, yellow dust filling the room. What the hell did he give her? What did they use as...
or the seam will be crooked.
The only thing I can imagine a guerrilla force using in a time like this would be some kind of opium. Anyway, stop moving or the seam will be crooked. In the chaos, Iglika alone stays calm, cold even, like an icon carved from stone, untouched by feeling, untouched by the cries around her. She cradles her captain's severed arm and stitches with precision. Thank you. These sparks. A spark flashes from Iglika's fingertips. And auto-scrolling. And the arm pulls back into place. A ring of stitch marks remains around the joint.
It's done.
With the treatment finished, she gestures flatly for the next patient. Nusha staggers to her feet, pain eased but not gone, and two fighters rush in with a boy missing a leg. How are you, Captain? Seeing her stumble, Shafir hurries to steady her, only to get kicked away. What? Oh, because of whatever she put in her mouth? Was it to numb her pain or something? It didn't numb her tongue. You're supposed to pour it on the wound. My tongue's numb. I said that, I didn't read the sentence anyway. The troops clear space as they move Nuncha off the table, leaving Iglika holding the boy's severed leg, measuring it against the stump.
This leg.
What? This leg isn't yours, is it? What does it matter? Her leg's a leg.
No.
Hey,
Oh, what do you mean no? It's a leg. We're running out of time. No, he'll die. Iglica lands her cold eyes on the two frantic adults beside a boy. Yeah, if it's not your leg, that's not gonna work, buddy.
It is not permitted.
You can't just defile someone's body like that. Death's grip will come for him, seizing him with ice and fire until he breathes his last. The two men look ready to argue, words tripping on their tongues, but in the end they swallow them.
Shoot!
What are you all standing here for? Go find the right leg! The gorillas rush out, leaving only Iglica with a dead limb in her hands. This is the last of the wounded. Everyone else has gone out to search for his missing leg. Iglica seems to realize once again why she is always alone. Nusha shoots Iglica a puzzled look, pulling a twig out from her hair and poking her with it. Her thoughts are broken by the childish prank, and she returns Nusha an annoyed glance. So, the little doctor does feel pain. You didn't show a single expression while you were stitching me. I couldn't handle it. She mutters to her men, weaving them out of the room. Go. If there's any news, come back and tell me right away. Alright, infusing a bit of humor into this thing. Despite everything that is happening, I like it. Even on a calm day, Iglica's gatehouse is never truly quiet. No amount of cold, detached glare seem to stop them from arriving. When I was studying at the military academy, my hometown was raided. They said they'd keep me enrolled. The headmaster is still waiting for me to drive these bandits out so I can return. Do you know what rank I'll get when I finish? Major? Whenever Ivan gets to this point, he gets shifty, and the medals pinned to his chest jiggle with the movement. But we don't even have artillery here. Someday. His voice drops as he strokes one of his medals with a finger. You know, these medals, only top performers get them. This one's for best trainee in camp, this one's for class representative. On sunny days, Ivan always drops by to greet her, and the conversation always circles back to that destroyed hometown. Have you ever been up to the northwest? Sometimes the visitors are far noisier. The best place in the camp. Ha! I'm telling you, you got quite the setup. My boss had his eyes on this spot first, you know.
Then,
shall I give it back to you? She sits at the table near her bed like a sentry waiting to receive every visitor. Keep it. I've already found a better one. He folds his arms, playing at authority, pacing Iglica's room and examining every object in it. Oh, completely different person? Hey, Hydra, isn't that mirror you dragged back from the battlefield enough to admire your beard? Why are you poking around in Iglica's room too? Gabriella's clear, teasing laugh makes Todor's face turn liver red, so Kirill rushes to the doorway. What are you saying? Don't talk nonsense! Go stitch up your uniform! The little firefly, Kirill, is always faster to react than his heavy-set boss. Todor's face flushes as he stuffs his big hands back under his arms, pacing circles on the floor. But there isn't even a mirror in my room. Bam! Todor pulls a small mirror from his coat and slams it down in front of her. I knew it! My little sister could never be without a mirror, and neither should you. He stumbles over his words. She's about your age. Just use it. Come on, Kirill. Fine. The two leave just as noisily as they entered. The big guy's just a massive tsundere. Why is it in these stories always the big burly guy is the cuddliest guy around? I mean, I like the trope, but it's always funny. His head looks like it's about to explode. Remembering Todor's flushed face, she thinks he ought to look at it himself. But the little mirror only reflects one of Iglika's eyes, never the whole of Todor's red, puffed-up face.
If
it really does explode, don't expect me to stitch it back together. Alright. Sometimes visitors come late at night, with Nusha always arriving in the glow of candlelight. No patience tonight. Aren't you bored? She slips inside, one hand clutching a wine bottle, the other carrying a roast lamb leg, with a wolfish grin on her lip. I've been busy. Well, they can't fight without tearing arms off now. Iglika doesn't answer, only glancing at the pile of things stacked in the corner of the room. Huh, you've got a stash here. Why not use some of it? What's the point of letting it pile up? Her words are always matched with action. Before the sentence is even finished, she's already hauling the whole pile over to the table.
I don't want
onto
to.
the table. Don't. I don't want them. Nusha freezes, lowering her face close to Iglika's, matching her hard stare. She shifts back, keeping distance between them.
Why?
They gave these things to you. Why not use them? Nothing comes free. You call this free? She points at her body. Her palms, arms, and calves are all marked with Iglika's stitching. I don't want to be involved in all of this. Because we fight bandits or the occupiers? I didn't think you'd care much about that. Nusha's teasing expression disappears from her face.
Do you really believe anyone will be grateful?
To throw away your life for people who have nothing to do with you, to trade your own body just so they can live in peace. Do you really think anyone will thank you for that? Iglika isn't avoiding Nusha anymore. Instead, she presses all her pent-up frustration into her words. Nusha sits down, planting both hands on the table between them. For a moment, she takes on something close to the real authority that she claims. What are you so angry about? Caught off guard by the question, Iglika falters. She recalls the eyes of the villagers, their limp bodies, yet the strength and anger they showed when driving off starving refugees. She remembers how they feared the guerrillas just as they feared the bandits. All these memories churn, and a nameless rage surges up in her. We're not doing this for others. No, we're doing it for ourselves. Nusha lets the words sink in. To reclaim what we've lost. Even if this war never ends, we still have to fight. Otherwise, we'll just keep losing until there's nothing left.
Among those you've protected,
And
how
what have
many
you
will agree with your actions?
And what have you actually gained from all this struggle? Will the people you've protected agree?
Don't try to recruit me.
Don't try to rope me in with you. I don't believe in this fight, and I don't believe in allies either. You're just a bunch of violent people thrown together by temporary interests. Call yourselves liberators, conquerors, or murderers, I don't care. That night ends on a bitter note. Let me spell it out for you. Those guerrillas treat you well because, one way or another, this war has taken away their own children. You are a living reminder of why we fight. And look at these marks. Nusha rolls up her sleeve, revealing the stitches Iglika left behind. These stitches run deep. Whether you like it or not, you've already bound yourself up with us. Iglika stares at the winding scars across her captain's arm, a phantom itch prickling her fingertips. A bond? The only thing holding us together in this room and the meals are and the meals we share. Wait, what? The only thing holding us together is this room and the meals we share, nothing more. Not everyone is as naive as you, and I'm long past the age of believing in fairy tales. I only offer my skills because I want to be alive at the end of the day.
It was never brotherhood that kept me alive.
Iglika looks up again, realizing now how close she has gotten to her. She throws back her head in a laugh and carries on. You smell like Gabriella. Did she wash something for you?
What?
Don't worry, it's hardly the worst smell around here. Iglika half jumps as she sniffs her clothes, but Nusha stops her and soon after takes her leave. Ridiculous. They throw themselves into danger and death chasing after a dream. A foolish excuse to pat themselves on the back. Uh-huh. But you like them. You'll admit to that at some point. Oh boy, another minigame. Alright, existing blood vessel sections cannot be moved. Ah, okay, so I have to worm my way through this. Alright. There we go. Actually, now I'm wondering, is this minigame gonna be there after every single one of these scenes? Kind of funny. Alright, Christmas Eve again. Good jolly Santa time. Oh boy. Snowy woodland. Winter blows cold and quickly, the evening snow binding this poor town to the endless distant east. Something faint and hard to name takes shape. Somehow, this day is special. Nusha sits on a rooftop, barking orders while her soldiers bustle in and out of the base. Iglika leans alone against the guardhouse outside, watching them dress up the ruins around them with scraps of holiday cheer. Regardless of the reason, their fight continues on over the next year. And over time, their little force gains a new name. Actually, this reminds me, are they gonna call it Christmas? Actually, when did we start to call it Christmas? Because I know that the idea of decorating a tree and everything is old and everything, going back from Yule and that, but. Why didn't we start to call it Christmas? Because I know that the stuff like Santa and so on is a byproduct of commercialism, but yeah, I can't remember. Actually, I'm too curious right now. Hold on. Okay. Never mind. The naming Christmas was around for a long time. I was remembering the whole commercialism thing that came that came later. Alright. Regardless of the reason, their fight continues on over the next year, and over time their little force gains a new name. The Tin Soldiers.
Because of me.
They had almost forgotten what death meant. No matter how deep the wound, as long as they were breathing when they reached my table, I could put them back together. My stitches spread over them until they each looked like patched up tin soldiers, an invincible army, like something out of a myth.
Back then,
I only focused on the torn flesh in front of me. I never gave any thought to what it meant. That word, invincible, turns out someone took it as a challenge. Oh boy. Try this Poyas? Poyas. Really? I mean, Poyas in my language means safety belt. Or, I guess just belt in general? That is Poyas, Iglika. Amidst the stream of people going in and out, a gorilla steps out holding a red belt. Oh, it is a belt, okay. Alright. She gently wraps it around Iglika's waist, studying her carefully. You should wear more red, Iglica. It suits you. A bit of white embroidery would look even better. She unties it with a smile and slips it away. Now they're out there celebrating Christmas Eve, like drunken fools. Huh. Is Gabriella gonna be the one she's gonna pick up the whole knitting thing from? Probably. Gabriella so far seems like the the homey cozy one. So noisy. It's quieter here. She brushes snow off a rock outside the courtyard and sits down. After a while, the cold seeps in through her boots and into her flesh. Iglica! The girl turns. Through the mist of her breath, she sees a face, the red belt in her hand, shining bright against the snow. What are you doing sitting out here? Iglica stares out toward the town. The guerrillas can't risk staying in the town itself. There's always a risk that the occupiers might arrive. Instead, they set up camp in an old woodcutter's camp on the side of a barren slope. But for now, at the foot of the mountain, children walk house to house, singing carols. Smoke curls from chimneys. Someone carries a bundle of straw to lay on the floor. Not a fan of the season? She sits beside Iglica, holding the belt against her waist before pulling out a needle and thread.
Is it because...
I wonder why you are. Do you really believe in all that stuff about God? Sometimes I struggle to, but I believe even my doubts are a part of His will. She folds her hands and bows her head in prayer. Iglica watches the snowflakes settling on Gabriella's messy hair. You there! Taller! Nusha's voice rings from afar, and up the slope trudges Todor, a massive bundle of straw on his back. Boss, hand over some of those. You've carried them all the way up here. You think you can carry it all yourself? Even out of breath, Todor still finds the strength to kick Kirill aside. Kirill stumbles but follows, the two exchanging a brief greeting before passing by the two girls sitting there. I have to believe the good word could benefit even some as thick-headed as Hydra. Dusk falls. At the foot of the mountain, the carolers have already visited 3 homes, but they'll never climb up here. Behind them, Nusha's voice keeps ringing out as she directs the squad. Iglica looks back, catching the scent of bean soup.
What about the captain?
What about the captain, then? Why is she so fond of Christmas Eve? Iglica looks back at Gabriella. I don't really take her for a true believer. She just wants to fight the occupiers. She thinks of it as a time to pull us all together. Gabriella presses the needle against her lip in thought. To celebrate our heritage and remind us of where we come from. And to show those trying to carve us apart that even if they tear us away by force, our spirit will always bind us back together. Her brows knit, carrying the same expression Nusha wears when barking orders. Sounds like she made quite an impression on you. Gabriella touches her ear, then nods.
We will be bound forever.
Our spirit will always bind us back together. The bean soup smell thickens, and Iglica lets out a sarcastic laugh.
You know
what this reminds me of? There was a year that I wandered through a city. I found myself in a district celebrating Christmas Eve.
That day,
a group of kids led me to a big house where a woman was handing out food. We all waited in line forever, and at the end, each of us was served a thin bowl of bean gruel. The woman who passed out the bowls led us in a prayer of thanks to the Lord for our food. She made sure each of us said it too. Only then were we allowed to eat. I sat there mouthing the words as she went on and on. I can't remember what saints she was talking about or why it should matter, but I remember the smell. A pair of cold, reddened hands pat Iglika's knees. What is it? Iglika's gaze follows the hands up until she meets Gabriella's eyes. That doesn't sound like the best memory, but now you have something new to think about when you smell those beans again. Maybe that's what Nusha was talking about. Huh? My sister. Gabriella's face is cold, but Iglika can't tell whose feels colder. Wait here for me, alright? The belt's almost done. The thread has run out, the needle dangling from the red cloth as her body shifts. I'll be right back. She runs back, leaving Iglika only then aware of her warmth. It's cold. Yeah. Night settles. The winter woods feel lonelier than ever. Down! Get down! Nusha's warning cuts through the air. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. Time for war, bombardment, and probably someone getting torn apart. Iglika cannot make sense of any words that are said. The chaos around her comes as muffled noise rising up through silence. Shards of brick smash into her back. She turns to see Nusha waving for Ivan to rush over. Ivan gestures to her, but finding no answer, simply grabs Iglika by the wrist and pulls her into a run. She tries to wriggle out of his grip, but he simply pulls her tighter. Her words make no noise against the ringing in her ears. Still, she refuses to be dragged away, placing a hand on a tree and stitching herself to its trunk. Ah! A shard of bark comes with her as she yanks... Jesus Christ. A shard of bark comes with her. She's yanked down behind a deep ridge. Damn! The night is silent, but the scene is unholy. The village is lit only by the dying flickers of flame. Iglika arrives to find Nusha atop the ruins, grimly surveying the scene. Others are digging through the rubble, searching for survivors. It seems that a single one escaped uninjured. Shafir hurriedly tends to the wounded, staunching cuts and bullet holes with rags that reek of his herbal medicine.
What happened?
Nusha doesn't look up. She yanks a dirty cloth tight around a gash that runs down her arm. The occupiers ambushed us. I still don't know how they got through our sentries. Where's Gabriella? There are people that need your help now. The sharp ringing seems to return, rising in step with her frustration. The smell of the damned bean soup is still caught in her nose. She runs toward her old guardhouse, in part out of duty, in part out of hope. Why is this auto-scrolling? In part out of duty, in part out of hope, scrambling past bodies still half buried under rubble. One, an arm with 2 stitch marks. Dimitar. Who rides faster than me? Look, she's a beauty. One, a left thigh shorter than the right. Biliana. Scum, wipe your damn face. One, thin arms, no wounds, but a tattoo. Kirill. Yikes. Ouch, boss, ouch! One with a thick brown beard. Where's my little sister?
Iglika!
Oh boy, they all died. Why do I remember every word they said? Iglika! This one's daughter. Nusha rises, strides over, and drags her out of the ruins. And Mihail, where's Gabriella? She's gone. Nusha offers her a blood-soaked red belt, crusted with sand and stone, these stains gleaming in the firelight. Shrapnel. It went straight through her skull. Not even you can repair that. Yikes! Oof. Iglica collapses to her knees. Iglica. I want a gun. Let them taste death too. I'll stitch their faces to their damn boots. Sparks crack at her fingertips, the air faint with the smell of burning. That wasn't part of our deal. The sting on her cheek leaves Iglica dazed. Now, if you don't want to lose more comrades, you better go and help Shafird. Iglica stares blankly toward the firelight. Through a blur of tears, she sees a dark figure rushing about. If you have even a shred of sense left. Nusha brushes her swollen cheek. You know these hands of yours weren't made for killing. But eventually she will have to. Eventually she will have to. Oh boy. Well, there goes the squad. Also, this answers my question if they're gonna have a minigame every single time this one completes. Oh boy. Square one, huh? Starting back from square one. She was right. By the end of that night, we'd lost over half our men, and the enemy was clearly prepared to return. We'll fall back to Thermonic. On my knees in that snow and mud, stained black by fire and red with blood, Nusha spoke words that filled me with shame. At that moment, I was sure I wanted vengeance. Thermonic, a rich and beautiful city, at least by the standards of the time. Whenever I think back to it, I can still see the sunlight glinting off the sea.
I think
it must have been at dusk. Reusing this background. Port City. Now I know. It really is dusk. Iglica perches on a roof beam, staring out toward the glittering sea. The winter sun leaves the water languid and tranquil, almost like it was made of ice. She pulls the bell from her pocket. It is a travesty of bloodstains and dirt, but she can't force herself to wash it.
Gabriella.
I remember you... Damn, they actually had to record a name Gabriella? Holy shit. I remember you said you'd like to visit once we've won the war. But you didn't win, did you, Gabriella? It was December 30th by the Julian calendar when Nusha brought what remained of their troops into the city. Nusha disappeared. She said it was to report to headquarters. Though no notion they had been a part of any formal army confused her. She was left alone in the back streets, watching countless unfamiliar faces pass below her perch. Okay, who's this now? Iglica! Iglica! I thought for a while that she must have run away. But 2 days later I heard her voice again. Oh, it's her. Okay. Nusha looks rougher than she had before, but nonetheless energetic as she rushes toward her. Iglica! Iglica! She was like some wild woman clutching a fat rabbit. Only her catch seemed to be a stack of rolled up documents. We're not beaten yet! Uh-huh. The words barely leave her lips before she begins to stumble and collapse. While she rested in a hospital, I was task to begin recruitment.
Rather than...
She directed me to a station, though it soon became clear it was far from anything expected. I began to understand this organization was more secretive than I knew. She finds herself in a church, surrounded by young men and women no older than her. Some are younger, none of them look ready. Solemn oaths are sworn, and the choosing begins. You, and you! The chosen march proudly behind him, mimicking the older soldier's steely and grim expression. He leads them to a corner of the underground chamber, a spot where they can look out over the others, with a strange and dark sense of hostility. Another steps up, her demeanor entirely different, though no less joyless, as she begins her selection. Nonchalant female gorilla. That is one of the rare profiles I've always recognized because it's Dervis. Anyway, obviously not her. Arcanists, step forward. Several of the young recruits obey. She quizzes each one about their arcane skills, then takes her pick from them. Other commanders whisper and then, one by one, claim more recruits. The numbers dwindle. Those left to be chosen stand awkwardly in the widening space. In the silence, two of the elders presiding over the recruitment trade glances. One walks up to Iglika. Which unit do you represent?
Nusha.
I see. These are your recruits then, girl. I make fine soldiers, everyone. He beckons these shy youths forward. No. Iglika steps back, refusing to meet their eyes. These weren't soldiers. They were the walking dead. We weren't marching to war or glory, just to our graves. The blood-soaked snow and charred ruins. I'm not Nusha. I couldn't take their lives into my hands. I couldn't bear their deaths. The elders falter at her rejection. This was just a trick. From the very beginning, she's dragged me deeper into this mire. So I would find myself bound to them, just like I was before. To make me care so that I might throw my own life away for them.
And she was right.
Fine, I will. Okay, that's Nusha's profile picture, I think? The rest of these recruits are mine. She turns to face the doorway where Nusha stands, steadying herself against the frame. For our homeland. Alright.
Permission to enter.
Nusha. Come in. These are the files you wanted. Good work. Iglika lays down the thick stack of papers but doesn't leave. What is it? Iglika studies the woman. Calm, steady. Too calm, it only fuels her anger.
Why?
Why did you send me there? I needed someone I could trust, that's all. That's not it. I'm not going to be like you. What are you talking about? You think I don't see it? You wanted me to get attached, so that I carry their lives with me, just like you do. Because now... She sees 1,000 stitches running from body to body, a homunculus of corpses wearing her seams. Their quirks, their rambling words, their dreams, their homes. Are you scared? Scared? Iglika lets out a scornful snort, then frowns at her own anger. What is it you're resisting? If I took any lesson from her, it was cutting straight to the point. Will I have to stitch myself together before you're satisfied? She takes a step back, avoiding her captain's sharp glare. I am afraid. Is that enough? I don't want to start over. I don't want to lose everything again. I doubt I'll ever be able to feel warm on a Christmas morning again. Each body we found, each one snapped some warmth from me that I think I might never find again. Damn, that is one way of putting it. Holy shit. And now we just do it all again? With kids, stupid kids that think war is a game. They have no idea what's waiting for them. Ilka draws in a deep breath and looks up at Nusha. It feels as though she's begging for their lives before an angry god. Are you willing to watch them die? For a moment, a flicker of pity passes through Nusha's eyes, but it sinks back into the dark of her brow. They chose to join us, and there's no one else willing to fight. I won't watch them die! Ilka rises abruptly. Blame me if you like, but you want this too, Ilka. You told me then that you wanted to do your part. You chose to remember them, to avenge them. Ilka finds herself at a loss for words. She slides down against the table leg until she's seated on the floor. Her pocket bulges with the red belt, dropping with her against the ground. You will keep remembering them, and you'll soon remember more. You leave your mark on new bodies to keep them fighting. Tell me, do you really want to leave? Or did you come looking for the excuse you needed to stay? Ilka buries her head in her arms. Tears drip into the dust. I'm just afraid because I want to train with the recruits. I want to bleed for them. I protected that tavern keeper, and what did I get? I put others' lives before my own. I want revenge.
I must protect them.
Then you will. Oh boy. Just like Nusha said, I remembered more and more people, but this time I saw their faces first. That made each loss even more vivid. I kept wishing I could mend that red belt, so I started wrestling with her old needle and thread. I guess I ended up with a knack for stitching of more than one kind. Eventually word got around, until one day a shy recruit asked me to repair a hole in their pants. I unpicked these stitches and patched it up. No different than if it had been an arm or a leg. In that moment, I finally understood Gabriella. From winter to summer, another kind of stitching began to spread across the recruits. Something that brought people together, in trust. They left far better scars than the other kind. I mean, those are far better scars than the other kind. That is true. Okay, so yeah, in a sense, she did pick up her needle and thread thing from, well, yeah, she picked it up from Gabriella, technically. Okay. Let's see. Return to the battlefield. Oh god. Okay, here we go. I wonder how this is gonna end now. Is it gonna end on her meeting her good old comrade, Pyros? We'll see. Through long days of training and scattered skirmishes, I began to accept what I had lost and what I would lose. In the end, I found my memories were like a hard stone, and all I could do was warp them in flesh and blood, leaving time and pressure to smooth their edges. But no amount of time could quiet the rage I felt at the occupiers who took them from me. This fight was never my cause, not until that cold Christmas morning. But soon, Nusha brought us good news. Outside the city. The final assault is set for August. This battle will decide it all. If you take Tresh Treasure? Treasure, I believe. I believe, at least. Anyway, if we take treasure, we can build a home of our own. Freedom! Freedom at last! Very young voices rose in unison, as if their cheers alone could rebuild their war-torn nation. We were to be embedded as a part of a larger attack group. The whole unit was preparing, gathering weapons, scouting terrain. But from the first gunshot, we all knew something was wrong. We were stopped outside the city, unable to even break the first line. Take cover! I need those trenches reinforced. Where the hell is 3rd Company? No contact! With a roaring bombardment, the only way to exchange information is to scream at full volume. And the other companies? 2nd and 5th are cut off and under fire. 6 told us they are too busy to babysit humans. Shit. Now all of the goddamn times they want to bring up the human and Arcanist divide? Yuka stands beside the captain, bewildered and shocked. She had limited contact with the other commanders. They're coming in heavy from the west, Captain! Machine gunners!
No matter how.
We somehow forgot in all those years of fighting just why we had kept ourselves satisfied with ambushes and minor skirmishes. The occupiers were stretched thin, but they were disciplined, and they had heavy weapons.
Soon enough.
Our assault was shattered by a sudden counterattack. Ragged guerrillas proved little match for artillery and shock troops. But it somehow got worse. We soon realized we were surrounded. Bullets came just over their heads and as Iglika and Nusha crouch in a shallow foxhole. We can't do anything as long as they have that artillery. She can barely hear her own voice at a scream. Find whoever you can and regroup here! What? Humans, Arcanists, whatever, everyone. The only way we survive is to end this. You and you. Pick 2 men of your own. We're forming an 8-man assault squad. She pokes her head out to call 2 veterans forward, but is forced back immediately by gunfire. What are you doing? I'm taking care of that artillery. As she moves to climb out, Iglika yanks her back.
What are you going to do?
How? In her panic, Iglika's arcane skills sparkle, binding Nusha's collar to her hand. Fix my clothes when I get back. She rips free and crawls out of the crater, leaving only her words behind. There's an armory that way. Watch for smoke.
Hey!
But Nusha is already too far away to fall back. What do we do? Another blast rattles the ground as she stares out toward Nusha. Her little squad has assembled in a foxhole behind her. She slams a fist into the muddy crater in frustration. Advance, 11 o'clock. Village. They crawl hundreds of meters beneath a storm of bullets, reaching the walls of a derelict slum.
Halt.
She signals to stop. From the second floor of a ruin, a frenzy of shooting erupts. What is it? We need to get up there. Iglika gestures for the few remaining recruits to flank left and right. They nod, moving with silent coordination toward the building. Once in position, they await her signal. Ready. She mimics a throwing motion, then hurls a helmet opposite their approach. Go! The recruits charge into the ruin. Iglika and Ivan dart forward in the opening. Aha. Okay, an unknown. I'll take you all with me. Oh. Shafir? You? On the second floor, the recruits pin down a thin man who refuses to drop his rifle. At Iglika's voice, his strength gives out, and they all collapse in a heap. Iglika! Iglika! They're dead! Beneath the pile, a muffled sob seeps out. The recruits scramble up, revealing Shafir sprawled on the floor in tears. Around him lie empty rifles scattered across the ground. My herbs! They couldn't stop the bleeding. They're dead. Like you said, it'd be better to feed them on to the sheep. Where are the others? They went south of the city. Come on, we'll bring them back. Ilka reaches out and pulls Shafir to his feet. Point away. Oh boy.
Just like that.
So I did all that I could, rounding up our scattered comrades. Not many were crazy enough to join us, but by the time I reached the city limits, we were nearly at full strength. Outside the city, night. Avoiding the searchlights, Iglika finds a blind spot. In the distance, the waning battle groans with sporadic gunfire and constant shelling. When will the captain signal? Ivan crawls up from the rear, the searchlight sweeping across the brim of his cap. Surely she hasn't. Shut up! Ilka yanks Shafir's head back down. What's next? Ilka glances at Ivan, and then over the small band of unfamiliar faces behind him. Their faces blur in the shadows, but Ilka can feel it. They are waiting for her command. She is the one who gathered them here, one by one, and once folded into a group, humans instinctively followed their leader. And now she has already begun mapping out the battlefield in her head. We need a squad to take that gun emplacement. She points to the wall above. Ivan, it's been a while since you handled a cannon, hasn't it? Artilleryman Ivan nods, understanding her plan. Gunfire rattles above them, freezing them in place. Blind fire, that's all. She calms the others, then finishes assigning her assault squad. Ilka slings toward an opening in the fortress and peers in at the defenses inside. You're with me. Once you're in, hold the corridor. The rest follow. No shooting. The others nod. Iglika threads a line from her fingertips through a crack in the window, binding the latch? What did it say? The latch. With a faint sound, the window swings open.
Proceed.
The squad slips inside. Inside a city. They swiftly take down a few careless sentries. But just as they move to seize the infantry gun upstairs, the iron gate creaks open. Officers step through. They meet terrifying strangers, their smiles vanishing. 2 shots ring out at once. A panicked young guerrilla fires and dies to the occupier's pistols.
Fire!
The silence inside had lulled them. They had forgotten the danger they were in. The sudden burst of gunfire jolts Iglika.
Upstairs!
Dodging shots, they cut down the guards and gunners by the artillery, holding off pursuers drawn in by the noise. But on the terrace, Iglika sees it, the barrel of a cannon on a distant tower, turning their way. Oh shit! Something explodes in the distance. The explosions come one after another, too large and too frequent for an artillery barrage. It could only mean one thing. Quick, Ivan! Ignoring the quakes and the looming cannon even lunges for the tower's own artillery. He adjusts the barrel like he's rehearsed 1,000 times, seizing the enemy's hesitation and fires first. She orders her squad to help Ivan take the terrace and lay down suppressing fire, letting him unleash volley after volley. Seeing the enemy's fortifications in flames, the Liberation Front rally and renew their assault. Soon they storm into the city. But Iglica doesn't rush to join them. She turns back towards the blast site.
Comrade,
Have you seen Captain Nusha? She moves against the flow, toward the explosions, shouting to every fighter surging into the city. None stop to answer.
Comrades, have you seen Nusha? She should be here.
Chaotic footsteps stomp smoldering fires into ashes, as streams of victorious rebels leap over rubble to reach the city center.
Comrade...
She trips. A foul, scorched stench hits her nose. She sees what she fell over and gags. A charred corpse. No trace of humanity left. She scrambles up, meaning to ask someone else.
Comrade.
Iglica's voice dies. The fighter she hailed hurries on. Uh-huh.
Nusha?
Trembling, she steps back to the corpse, staring in disbelief at the unrecognizable remains. All blackened, limbs severed. She fights against the thought that it could be her.
But...
Huh? How could I even know? This body?
Is it? She collapses to the ground.
But these... the breaks in the body... they're all...
Yeah, it's all the
Stop
stitching.
moving or the seam will be crooked.
You want... Why does it hurt even more?
No. No.
She shuffles backward to on the ground, horror on her face, her palm brushed something familiar. It's Nusha's collar, still stitched to her hand.
Nusha. Nusha.
She recoils, resisting.
Nusha!
Her shout echoes in the ruins, drawing glances from passing fighters.
Nusha!
Her strength gives out. The name falls to a whisper.
I brought them all back. One by one, everyone.
She hopes somehow that she can hear her.
Your mission's over. You did it. Mine's done too. Why?
Iglica! Ivan follows her into the ruins, stepping carefully over scorched ground.
Who is this?
His voice shakes. He knows Iglica wouldn't kneel before just any corpse. On the ground, she trembles, staring up at him, unable to speak a single word.
If it were the captain, what would she say?
She would.
Oh, come on. How did you get this hungry? You can't eat these. She's...
A name, a voice, a smile.
Did you ever picture it would end like this?
In her mind, she laughs and grips Iglica's hand, but urges her not to linger, to keep moving. Iglica bows her head low, covering her mouth. She forces herself to speak words she imagines Nusha would say.
She gave herself to this revolution.
Iglica's nails dig hard into her cheek.
Let her rest.
Oh boy. Well, that was obvious that that's gonna happen. Alright, so she's gonna effectively take over, huh? The unit and everything. Yeah, she did say she was in command when... Right? I think she said she was in command when she met when she met the vampire squad. Huh. Okay, well, this is a peachy story. Oh boy. Together we stand. Them to rally the troops.
For a while after, I still tried to pretend that body couldn't have been hers. It wasn't grief. Not really. It was because without her it felt like nothing could really change. And in the end, I was right. The flags were swapped for a little while, but it all meant nothing.
We've only...
We held the city for all of 6 days. The counterattack began the next morning, fierce, unrelenting. The occupiers had pulled up every reserve from across their domain. The so-called provisional government didn't even get to hold a vote. They were too busy fighting for their lives.
Captain, the occupiers have broken through on the south side.
Retreat!
There is no sense wasting our lives here. Retreat! The only thing we got out of that city was Ivan's artillery gun. He made good use of it, just like he said he would.
Someday.
We returned to Thessaloniki in shame, but I never expected that I would admit defeat. Our cause was already fractured, but by the time we had settled in, they were returning their guns on their own.
Oh. Guerrilla base?
What's going on?
What happened?
At the docks, just a scuffle, but it turned ugly. Humans and Arcanists. They had kept an uneasy coalition up until now. After the failure in Cherchevo, their hatred only deepened, each blaming the other for their losses. The Arcanists were blamed for failing to heed orders and making reckless and costly assaults, while the humans were mocked as weak and cowardly. Failures in communication on both sides did little to help. 1 dead, 5 wounded, including civilians. 3 Arcanists have been sentenced to death. Rumor is, Shafir lowers his voice.
Put it simply.
Keep it simple.
They won't accept it. They're rebelling. 3, 2, 1, fire! Oh boy, firing squad. It's starting! By the time she reaches the yard, one of the prisoners has already crumbled before the firing squad. People ring the courtyard walls. People ring the courtyard walls? Ring the walls! Oh, they're surrounding the walls. At her shout they turn as one, like starving wolves fixing her with hungry eyes. As if she's the outlet for their rage.
This isn't just. This isn't what we're fighting for.
The executioner glances at her, then turns back to the soldiers, signaling them to continue. Careful, Iglica. You're Arcanist too. 3, 2... You're just looking for a scapegoat.
Hold!
No one knows who fired or whose sins the bullet carried. The prisoners on the scaffold are untouched, but blood pours from the executioner's forehead. We're under attack! The squad swings their barrels, and the yard erupts into chaos. Figures rise from the walls. It wasn't a one-sided revolt. Both sides had prepared. Dodging stray bullets, Iglica and Shafir retreat beneath the scaffolding. Those must be Boyans and Vestas men. They're the top lieutenants of the human Arcanist factions. Iglica hasn't had much time to learn about either of them.
Tell other people, grab that one and that one.
She points at 2 who look like leaders.
Take them first.
Yes, ma'am. Oh boy. And now we have infighting. Well, that's great. Like you guys don't have already enough problems. Good god. What's this? 2 bridge points have appeared inside a wound. When blood enters a bridge point, it exits from the other. Yeah? Oh. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. So if I get something to a bridge point, it's gonna go out of the other one. Okay, so it wants me probably to go around and hit this. Then it's gonna come up with this and then go to this. Okay. Let's see. There we go. I'll continue with the cutscene. I thought the cutscene would end. Ceasefire! She drags the 2 instigators up onto the scaffold, and her troops force the factions apart. Seeing their leaders in her grip, the fighters falter, soon disarmed by Iglika's men. Shafirt, find some medics for the wounded. On it! The medics rush in to carry off the injured. Below, the others stare up at Iglika and their captured leaders, uncertain. Infighting, really? Nusha, what did your life buy us? How many brothers and sisters did we lose at Cherchevo? And now your unfinished task falls to me. That silence. Do we have any time for this? Iglika's voice rises, ringing out.
Where?
We are the Thracian Liberation Front. We're meant to unite this land, to build a home of our own.
We will be bound forever.
I can't let your death mean nothing. I have to unite them.
Are we not all comrades? We eat from the same soil, drink from the same rivers. We live together, shared one dream.
Faces of the fallen surface in Iglika's mind, each carrying a piece of home. Nusha had brought them together, filling the map. Okay, what the hell was that? There's some weird bug with these flickering messages. How could I watch the map fall apart?
Look around you. Our enemies are not here. They're in Cherchevo, waiting for us.
She steps forward. Fighters glance at each other, not knowing what to do.
We shouldn't!
Do you think we have the bodies to spare?
General! The gunshot draws every soldier's attention. One of them snaps to attention, saluting toward the doorway. Following the sound, several soldiers escort an old man inside. Though his face shows age, he stands tall and straight. Behind him trail a hardened male officer and a languid female soldier.
Boyan? And Vesta?
Yes, and that's got to be General Spasse? I'm not sure that's how you say it, but sure. Spasse? Shafir whispers the name into her ear.
They're just pawns. Someone higher up is calling the shots.
With Spasse's arrival, these soldiers stiffen, fixing their uniforms. Pick up your guns! Get out! Worthless dogs! The human troops fall into line and march out. Then the woman speaks, and Iglika recalls her face. The reckless Arcanist commander she saw at the recruitment ceremony.
Let's go.
She shrugs, leading her people away. The 2 minor captains exit with their men as the tall old man approaches.
Guys,
You did well just now. You're the girl Nusha brought in, aren't you? His face is kind, his tone unassuming. Were it not for the way he stands, he'd seem no different from any old man on the street.
She fell in Cherchevo.
She lifts the hand still stitched with a scrap of cloth. Oh, she still has it on her hand, Jesus. The grip of her gun has frayed it loose. General Spasse claps her hand. patting the back gently.
She was a good child.
The words strike Iglica as strange.
Thank you, child. I do believe that verdict was biased, but I never expected things to spiral like this. Our loss to Shigewo has hit us harder than we knew.
He sighs.
We might well have lost even more to this madness if it weren't for you. You did well.
I doubt I was the first of us to hear about this. The old man studies her with a smile.
Careful, or that sharp edge of yours will cut deeper than you expect.
What about them? She points to the two prisoners cowering by the wall.
Don't worry, child. We'll investigate the matter thoroughly. When the time comes, rewards and punishments will be meted out, but not now.
Her doubtful gaze meets his, only to be softened by his strange kindness.
We've already lost too many, and too much is left undone. Too many want a reason for their comrades' death. In their haste, they reach for whatever is near. Our ranks are in shambles. We need someone like you, someone who can unite them again.
He smiles with satisfaction.
You mean?
Uh-huh. Making you a captain?
He gave me command of a force 3 times the size of our old unit. Then just like that, I was off to the...
Orenosian... Oh yeah, right.
Orenosian border. I never learned the final verdict. I was already mired in skirmishes and battle plans. Rumors from the city were few and far between.
And now you're a seasoned commander. Oh boy. How life treats you. Okay, second to last one. Thus the decision is made. Okay.
I returned to that little border village, and I rebuilt that woodcutter's camp. I even lived in that old gatehouse. This time, though, it wouldn't be a makeshift hospital.
Now.
We had new medics, far better than me at healing.
And I...
My duty was to hold the border, to keep out the enemy. My heels were caked with soil, from east to west.
The evening sun slants through the doorway. Iglica's guard, leaning on the frame, dozes off. Inside, Iglica is embroidering a cloth already crowded with patterns. Then a noise shatters the quiet.
What now?
The guard jolts awake, straightens his back and steps aside. Shadows stretch long in the sunset as a group marches up, hauling a bound young man to her door. Captain! The little gatehouse can hold them all. 2 soldiers drag the prisoner inside. The rest crowd the doorway, peering in.
What happened?
What's the issue? Did he stick his thumb in your breakfast?
Iglica sets down her needles, eyeing the prisoner. He's caked in mud. Blood drips from his brow and lips, already beaten half to death. Her face hardens. Ha! Is this gonna be a certain someone?
You overdid it.
Listen.
He's a vampire! At the word vampire, the crowd presses closer, eyes widening.
Is he?
It's dangerous.
We caught him drinking cow's blood in the barn. She shifts her eyes down to the kneeling youth.
Raise your head.
Yep, it is him. Okay.
I am...
Oh?
The blunt admission leads her to crouch down, trying to meet his eyes.
You...
The young man hides his face, so Iglica turns to his uniform, searching for that special embroidered mark. It's the mark Iglica stitched for every guerrilla, a symbol of their home and their purpose.
A grassland up north?
She racks her memory.
There,
She flips through the campaign log, page after page, until she finds a note of their brief encounter.
you're the one we found. Joined us as soon as you woke up, right?
Yes, ma'am. Iglica sets the log back on the table.
What is your name?
Pyros.
You know,
Do you know what we do with vampires?
He nods.
Yet, you confess.
The man says nothing more. The doorway is jammed with gawkers. The story twists as it spreads, drawing more onlookers.
Hey!
Back to your duties. I'll handle this.
She rises, scolding the fighters, pressing their heads inside.
Out! Go! Or I'll stitch you all together.
But Captain here! Whether out of concern or hunger to see the vampire's end, the soldier lingers. After a pause, he too is driven off. Alone at last, Iglica unties the ropes.
Let's talk.
He lifts his head, dried cow's blood still staining his teeth.
Sit.
He eyes the stool she points to, but though he rises to his feet, he does move.
Why?
Why bother joining us? I didn't have any special reason. Even without the war, I don't have any home to return to. None that would take me. Moving with the guerrillas, hiding a while longer, is the best I can do. He rubs the scab at his lip, fingers reeking of dirt and straw. Have you killed anyone?
Pyros shakes his head.
Oh?
How do you handle your need for blood?
Cows, sheep. It's enough to get by.
Sometimes, I'll drink from dying enemies. The kind beyond saving, with or without blood. But the dying have a rotten taste. Hardly better than cattle. And what do you plan to do now?
At the question, Pyros freezes.
Me? Do I have a choice?
If
If I don't kill you, what will you do? Run. I would keep running until I find some new hole to hide in. No thought of living peacefully alongside us?
He can't help but laugh.
Just because I've fallen so low, don't think that my kind are soft. We are predators, and you are our prey. How could there even be peace between us?
is it truly not possible?
So, you're saying it's impossible?
She holds an expression at once firm and sincere. Pyros looks at her and remembers the sting of the sun that day.
If I said I had killed people, would you still think this way?
Iglica frowns.
If
If you've broken the law, then the law should judge you. But I won't condemn you just for what you are. There aren't many that think like you.
He folds one arm over the other as if the ropes were still there. But the vampire's body bears no marks from the ropes, nor even the wounds he bore when he first entered.
You're naive. Would you expect your people to sleep soundly next to a live bomb?
oh,
Are you a bomb?
Pyros steps back.
I am not. But what? You joined us, didn't you? I don't abandon my people.
Piros hangs his head.
Do you enjoy playing the saint? Or do you fancy having a vampire for a pet?
Iglika rubs circles in her palm with her fingertip. There's no trace of fabric there now, but she still remembers it.
I simply hate seeing people throw their lives away. It's asinine.
Not the same sentence as on screen, but I'll let it slide. She remembers the execution yard and digs her nails into her palm.
Pointing their guns at those who bled alongside them, it's stupid, wasteful. What's the difference here?
Against his own judgment, Piros can't help but drop his sneer.
So you don't intend to kill me? Human Arcanist, awakened vampire, why can't we all stand together?
You're living in a cloud, cuckoo land.
Maybe, but if I don't believe in it, what right do I have to lead you?
Piros studies the girl, 3 decades younger than him. He sees childishness, but a beautiful kind of childishness. 3 decades younger. Alright, yeah, he's a vampire after all. Makes sense. Damn.
So, how do you intend to solve our problem here? Until you commit an actual crime, I won't punish you. You'll be reassigned as my aide. Call it trust, or call it surveillance. But don't mistake it for privilege. Your life will be harsher than before. I'll give you a fair chance, but you must convince the others. That won't be easy.
Will you?
Are you willing?
With a shrug, Peter slips his fingers into his mouth. Ugh. Blood trickles from his lips. He yanks out his fangs and hands them to her. He can do that? Okay. He just ripped out his... Okay.
This whole event seems too strange not to give it a try. They'll grow back soon enough. But consider this a symbol.
Oh, he literally just... Wow. He literally just ripped out his 4 fangs. Ouch. She takes the bloodied fangs and holds them up.
See, we bleed the same color. One day we'll stand together.
The words remind Piros of a distant song, though its meaning couldn't be more different. Oh? He stares at the stained fangs in her hands, feeling now like they have become a mark of shame, rather than innocence. He nods, unsure whether in hearing or in agreement.
There were some disagreements in the company about my handling of Piros. But I had earned their trust, and in time, so did he. Over the years, their suspicion turned to deep and lasting friendship. Even when he was reassigned, no one revealed his secret. It seemed I was only one step from our dream. At least that's what I believed.
And this is where shit hit the fan. And this is gonna be where shit hit the fan massively, isn't it? Oh boy. Oh boy, do I look forward to reading this last one. Oh boy. A new dawn. Okay then, let's finish this.
But it was still just a dream.
Okay, flashbang. Office.
What?
Peace talks. So we're just giving up?
She'd grown to despair... She's grown to despise the General's ever-kindly smile. Iglika, this is the best outcome. We need to look towards an acceptable compromise.
Could it be?
Compromise? Freedom for our homeland? Wasn't that the entire point of this damned war?
We haven't abandoned our goals. We've been promised greater autonomy.
In word only.
This has always been the work of generations. We've bled long enough. We'll sign the treaty, but our fight will go on.
But
In the empty promises of an old man, what became of those condemned Arcanists, General?
Mind your words. Their files are in the archives. If you cared, you could have checked.
The General's sharp reply chokes her. Spiteful words hang on her tongue.
I won't.
I won't agree, and neither will my troops.
The folly of youth. I had hoped giving you that command would teach you responsibility.
His acrid words form a crack in his facade of kindness, but Ilka doesn't flinch. She leans in close. We're already rebels, General. With that, she turns, offering no salute, leaving the lonesome auto-scrolling. Oh, I can't even check. There we go. Lonesome place behind her. Captain! Shafir bursts into Iglika's office, clutching a stack of letters. Any replies? She snatches the bundle, tearing them open one by one. With each, her face darkens further. In the end, only a few remain on the desk. The rest she burns to ash at her fingertips. We've lingered on this border too long.
Turns out.
I'm not one for bargaining or kissing rings. I thought we were better than this. Ilka slumps back, rubbing her forehead. They've already divided Oreinosia among themselves. So now what do we do? She leans back, the front legs of her chair tipping up. In the cracking sway, she feels as if she's walking a tightrope. There are still a few we can trust. Get these letters out. She points to the last few letters she has to send. Then, I'll call a rally. Go. Yes, Captain. As he turns to leave, a soldier delivers another envelope. Looks like there's one more. Leave it there. He sets it on Iglika's desk and leaves. She eyes the letter with suspicion. She thought she'd already received them all. Who could this one be from? But staring is useless. Iglika lifts the envelope from the desk and slices it open. Run. What? Oh, great. Oh, great. That shit just happened. Flames roar in her ears. Her body feels nothing but numbness.
No.
She tries to lift herself up, only to realize... Oh! Oh! Oh. Ow! She tries to lift herself up, only to realize one of her arms is not there.
Smoltenyak!
Through searing pain, she crawls through the fire, finds her severed limb, and stitches it back on. Naive. In methods and in ideals, you're far too naive. She wipes blood from her face, feeling torn flesh under her fingers. Oh, this is how she gets all of those scars, huh? The one across her face. Oh boy! Stitch by stitch, she repairs her body. Just as she once gathered back her scattered comrades, one by one.
You think
killing me will stop someone from rising to rip off that mask? You think killing me will silence the rest? You chose wrong. Fire.
fire can't kill me?
Damn. Alright. 3 years later. Oh, and now we're here. After all of that, now we're here, huh? A train cuts through rolling fields of white snow. Inside, it is warm and bright. Corvus presses her hand to the window pane, feeling the cold beyond. Across from her sits the train's conductor, his chest festooned with medals. Madam, I do believe I know the truth. You survived that blast, leaving in hiding under a pseudonym, Corvus. He closes a thick dossier, letting it fall with weight onto the table. The dossier lands with a heavy thud.
Yes, you're right.
Corvus glances at him, then resumes her stitching. I must inform you, then, in light of this revelation, I will have no choice but to turn you and those refugees over to the authorities. And actually, the one who sponsored your employment at Vienna Pannonia Railways in the first place.
Is that the company's position?
The company? They don't know yet. Are you sure that's a good thing to say right now, buddy? He rises, silver medals gleaming in the candlelight.
Did you earn those? Or is that the going rate for betraying defenseless people?
I couldn't care less about them. You're the main prize. He orders a guards while heading for the door. But Corvus's voice halts him.
Hey!
Conductor, do you know where this train is headed?
Corvus bites off her final thread, her embroidery complete. The conductor looks at her, puzzled. The red symbol on her cloth strikes him with dread.
Me and my people will not be handed over.
The guards at the door turn. He sees the same symbol stitched inside their collars. You! Before he can act, he catches a glimpse through the doorway. A row of attendants, all bearing the same mark, standing ready. Corvus steps to the rear window. The horizon glows pale with a new dawn.
Dawn.
No matter how many times it falls, the sun will rise again.
Actually, I'm curious now. Is this final section here? Oh, we still have a minigame. Was this final section here before our story began on the Midnight Whistle? Or after? I don't know. Kinda interesting. Okay, what is this? 2 terminal nodes have appeared inside a wound. Blood must be delivered to both terminal nodes to complete the stitching. Okay, so I have to go through... Okay, I see. Alright, there we go. Okay, this one was a bit more complicated. I like this. Okay, that was it. I was expecting a tiny bit more of the cutscene, but I guess Ultimate Stitch? Oh my god. Okay, I'm guessing this is just a minigame. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Okay, that is, I guess, the full story then. Is there anything else in here? Complete a survey. No, that is it. Survey I'm gonna do in a bit. Actually, just curious, who did they give her? Thank you, I already read that. Yeah, it's literally the default team that she's recommended with. And who are we fighting? King Bunkle. Okay. I'll do that in a bit. But yeah, okay. Okay, the story was pretty much what I expected it to be, honestly, from start to finish. Pretty much just the backstory leading up all the way to her ending up on the train. I do wonder then if that last scene with her and her soldiers there was... That has to be like the scene before Aina and the rest starts happening, right? I would say. Very interesting that the Pyros part was kept so short, actually, in the story. I was actually expecting a bit more after, like, okay, sure, it was on the second to last node anyway, but I was kind of expecting to be a bit more present throughout the rest of the node, and just to get a bit more of a feeling, I guess, for it, or just more a bit of a elaboration as to how these two were as war buddies essentially in the whole thing. But I mean, at least they showed how they met. that's pretty nice. And how Pyros obviously was before we meet him in Midnight Whistle is also very nice to see. I mean, we already in Midnight Whistle had a bit of a glimpse of him trying to help out his niece, right? And get that under control. But yeah, I was kind of expecting a tiny bit more, because he is, at the end of the day, he was a pretty interesting villain. I mean, he was pretty much just a man that, yeah, sure, he's a vampire, so, you know, seeing humans and regular Arcanists and everything else as prey is normal, but he wasn't a bad man, but his war experiences made him what he is essentially. But yeah, also very interesting then. So after the whole war thing, and I guess Iglika's almost entire squad, or maybe majority of the squad, got literally bombed to shit there at the end, as they were trying to get rid of her, I feel like. Considering she said, you can't kill me with fire. I'm presuming her own people have turned against her because they saw her as a threat. Because they finally negotiated some peace after all the bloodshed. I mean, peace is important, but good God, obviously people are gonna be feeling betrayed by that whole thing. But yeah, kind of sad that they didn't show a bit more about Pyros, and maybe also how he gets driven insane. But a nice little perspective how, despite the fact that Corvus has been through pretty much the same shit, maybe even worse shit than Pyros potentially, she still remained sane to some degree. Plus, yeah, the whole knitting and stitching thing coming from one of her war buddies as well was kind of that giveaway from the beginning of the story. But yeah, very nice look at the whole thing. I say nice. I say nice. You know what I mean. You know what I mean with that. But yeah, was a good little look at her whole backstory and how she came to be to where she is essentially. A very interesting arcane power as well, with the whole stitching and how she can basically just sew herself together. That I mean, it doesn't make her invincible, but it definitely gives her quite the resilience that most people don't have in a situation like this. Pretty close to indestructible, but not fully. But yeah, anyway, we're not done. Considering I did pull her, let's see what her file says. I'll obviously have to fill it in with a couple of wiki entries for her, because I obviously don't have all entries right now. But let's see what I have. Let's see what's there. Alright, Corvus, quick. Oh no, I need I need materials for you. Alright, hold on. Alright, promotion.
The fight is not over, and I believe it is only through our efforts that it ever will be.
Well spoken. Second promotion.
Greater power to protect those in need. I will not waste it.
Sorry. I just love the sudden change from full militaristic to Mom, is that you? It's such a big change. It's just such a big change. What the hell? I do love the scarf. Anyway. Alright, final promotion.
The fight is not over. And I believe it is only through our efforts that it ever will be.
Alright, same sentence, of course. And let's also get you to a nice, jolly good, feel-good level 30 at least. For now. Alright. Oh boy, I'm gonna be missing a lot of things here. Let's see. Corvus, an Arcanist's work, first exhibited in the 1910s for 34 years. Wow, she is 4 years younger than me. Damn, actually close to my age, holy shit. Look, when I see characters that are close to my age, I'm kinda happy. In most games, these characters are all babies at this point compared to me. Completed in summer on August 2nd. Originally exhibited in the Reynosia region, now touring throughout the Balkans. Really touring. Medium is threadwork, inspired. The railway's roar. Intelligence conductress. Fragrance note is woody, oriental, cedar, incense, lily. Oh yeah, I was kind of wondering why her medium would be intellect, but honestly this story kind of explains it. the story that we just went through kind of gives a good explanation as to why. Alright, voice lines. How many voice lines am I gonna be missing here? Ooh, quite a lot. I'm gonna see what they say on the wiki, but hold on, let's see first what I have.
I am fully aware that I'm a guest here. So please, go ahead and conduct your identity check.
Right, that's the introductory one.
No matter how cold the weather, the boiler room always burns hot. Like Baba Yaga's clay oven in the story I tell Aima when she's feeling restless.
Baba Yaga mentioned, let's go.
Standing tall, eyes bright. I could see you making an excellent night stewardess.
Vertin... yeah, she would fit.
On a train, the conductor is only seen when the train is moving. But here, it seems to be quite the opposite. What's this visit about?
Right, that's the sentence she says when you get into the screen.
Good morning, Timekeeper. I won't blame you for sleeping in. It's the privilege of the young to do so.
Thank you, Mom.
Electric lights are certainly useful. It's good to know my knitting won't catch fire if I hold it too close.
Alright.
I am glad to know you're not afraid of me. These scars are terrifying, to some.
Makes sense.
Aside from their arcane talents, my hands are like anyone else's. Yes, they were once bloodied. But now, there are only calluses. Are you curious what stitches I have beneath all this? Best not to pry. You may have trouble sleeping.
Excuse me? Mom? You're being, suspicious right now. Anyway.
The names of my comrades. The scars our shared conflict left them with. They will stay with me until the day I die. There seem to be some oddities in your logbook. Ferrofluid, a scarecrow, televisions, a radio? These belong under freight, yes?
No. No, they don't. Those are my friends, shut up.
Please have your tickets ready for boarding. Attention, foreign objects on the rails.
Good God.
It stings.
Okay.
Schedule confirmed. Your punctuality is appreciated. The clock is ticking.
Okay.
The clock is
Oops.
ticking. Customized bullets.
Oh yeah, I should actually... I wanted to do it later. I should do the Select Ultimate now reminded me. I should do... Actually, I actually don't need to do it. I'm gonna see it in a trailer in a second anyway. I was thinking of capturing footage of her doing the ult, but I'm gonna see the ult anyway in probably the character trailer, so that's fine. Anyway,
Customized bullets.
nice gun.
In my sights. Follow the plan. Expedited. Signal confirmed. Ready to depart.
She just clears her throat. Uh-huh.
No need to worry. A minor incident. Let's continue the journey. The fight is not over. And I believe it is only through our efforts that it ever will be. Greater power to protect those in need. I will not waste it.
Alright, let me just throw a glance and see what bonds here I'm missing. Oh, okay, well, whoops, the the wiki has not been uploaded or updated yet with the voice lines. Okay, fine, I'm gonna, I guess, listen to those at some other point in my own time. But we do have the rest of these, so I'm gonna be fusing these in. So let's see, items. The conductress's peaked cap. A hat, emblematic of a train conductress's identity. When asked about it, the interviewee described it in calm, measured tones. It was made by the greatest tailor in honor of Reynosia, Iglica of the Dunab Dawn. Lady Corvus's fingers traced down from the brim of the hat along the lines of her own face before she cut herself short. Alright, and now for the other two. Okay, the second item is her clipboard. According to regulations. A notebook recording various details and trivial matters from the train's journeys. The full text remains unknown, perhaps classified. The interviewee ended the topic with a reminder. We guarantee absolute safety during each journey and that the train will never be late. But we make no promises that the train won't be haunted. Well, she is honest with that one. And the last item is the shrieking whistle. When the whistle was mentioned, a rare smile crossed the interviewee's lips. Oh? This whistle followed her from the mountains of Orenosia to the beautiful yet worn-torn banks of the Danube, where she commanded a steam train as it thundered along the rails. However, considering the interviewee's past experiences, this whistle may have been put to use in more places than the train car itself. Ah, okay, so this thing has followed her from all the way from the battlefield somewhere, huh? Okay, so this is not something she got from just her just her job as a conductress. All right. Story. Let's see. Railway travel. Railways reshaped the world during the flourishing 19th century as this new mode of transport spread across Europe. It changed how people journeyed. Luxury itself found a place aboard the train, turning travel into an elegant pastime. From Vienna to Constantinople, from Berlin to Baghdad, even farther than the distant east, the railway made the world smaller and smaller. The new managements of industry rose with the era's current, seeking comforts worthy of their fortunes. They rode eastward to distant lands, gliding through the peaks and rivers of the Balkans, their dreams steeped in velvet and caviar, turning what had once been a year-long journey into mere days. When the war descended, every seat represented a hope to escape the shadow of battle and fire. By the winter of 1912, the war had reached the peak of brutality. Victory appeared certain, yet to ordinary civilians their lives were worth little more than cattle, unless they could secure a ticket out of the crossfire, or somehow slip aboard the train to the safety of Habsburg territory. Tickets were scarce for the Danube Dawn, whether in wartime or in peace. Looking for a ticket, friend? Genuine, of course. The Danube Dawn, first class all the way. No fakes, I swear it. Sure, buddy. Sure. Second story. Letters found in the cabin. Dearest sister, I'm writing this letter at Circeci, I'm somehow I'm somehow doubting that the wiki, nothing against the wiki by the way, but I'm somehow doubting that the wiki has has letters like sh. Sorry. I'm writing this letter at Sirkechi Station. It's now 3:22 in the afternoon. Snow is falling over the Golden Horn, and there's still a while before the Den of Dawn departs. This winter is bitterly cold, and snow is falling over Istanbul. The conductor has promised to carry this letter safely to Nika Station, where you'll take the train to Uncle's home in Vienna and wait out the war and the cold. I've already paid for your ticket and meals for the rest of the trip. Stay safe, and may your journey go smoothly. To my dear Alice, I will come to Budapest to see you. When the snow melts in the old city next spring, we'll meet beneath the bridge, and at the spot where I first took your hand. We lost the battle at Edirne, but I made it out alive. Thank God. I only hope the war ends soon, and that I can see you again before long. Few trains yet run these days, but through my Orenosian connections, I came upon Lady Corvus. I'm a soldier of the Empire, and she naturally holds no fondness for me. Even so, she agreed to carry this letter to Budapest. Yours with love, Lieutenant Maris. December redacted day 1912. Train cleanup report. The conductor has recovered only 2 remaining letters from the blood-soaked carriages. Oof. Oof. Alright, and now for the interview, the Danube Dawn. Starting with Pandora, huh? Good afternoon, Miss Corvus, or if I might presume some familiarity, may I call you Iglica? Oh. Oh. Verity? Is that you? Or if I might presume some familiarity, huh? Okay. Okay, this interview definitely has to be done by Verity pretending to be Pandora Wilson, I would say. If that is your wish, then of course. We've learned that you once served in an armed organization known as the Thracian Liberation Front. Forgive me if this sounds intrusive, but what made you leave home and take up arms against the rule of the Sublime Porte? Some people saved me, so I joined them. That must have been quite an extraordinary experience. I'm curious if your group discriminated among your comrades, whether they differentiated between human and Arcanists, for example. We had all sorts among us, bandits, herdsmen, killers, even a vampire or two. When you're fighting side by side, things like that do not matter. We don't concern ourselves with such things. Prejudice and fear of the unknown only lead to hostility. On the Danube Dawn, too, I do what I can to stop that from happening. There has been too much hatred and killing born from differences. All I wish is to save the innocent from the conflict, to bring them a new dawn. Alright, well spoken there, Corvus. Okay. I did say I'm gonna be paying attention to how Pandora's words are now being conducted, but no pun intended there with that word. But interesting. Interesting. Again, I'm personally not gonna go back through all the other old conversations and check them out, but I think this is kind of like maybe like the first glimpse on the fact that it's not Pandora conducting the maybe not every single instance of an interview. But yeah, like Corvus said there, in war times no one asks for where you are, what you did, and if you committed a crime. If manpower is needed, it's needed. No one cares who and what and where you're from, or your lineage. You will be judged after, as it's always the case. As it's always the case afterwards. It gets messy it gets messy during a war, and it gets messy after a war. Good lord. But yeah, anyway, that's all the documents. So, next, I would say, time to watch the trailers. Alright, all trailers prepared. Also, I did say at the beginning of the video there were 2 extra videos linked to me. One, I believe is the Rubuska preview, but in Japanese for some reason. I don't know why, specifically in Japanese. Do you guys want me to check this out? But sure. I'll at least let it play at the beginning to, I guess, hear something? Well, we'll see. This one is interesting, though. A Billy link. Okay. I don't know for what this is. Okay, wait, I just noticed Rubuska in here. Why? I'll see. We'll get there. We'll get there. First, we start with the main trailer. So, let's get this rolling. First, do the due diligence and click the likey button. Let's see.
In the light of the blood moon, they rise and stride under the veil of the night. Freely, they live without fear of death.
Yeah, vampires.
For through blood, they live forevermore.
I like how they're presenting this in black and white.
Because blood.
I mean, this scene was black and white, but
blood is life.
Yes.
The Danube dawn.
Ladies, gentlemen, please remain calm.
A train whose ticket anyone would die.
Ah, there's Rubuska.
We've received intelligence that there's very likely a dangerous vampire on board. Your assistance is vital to our investigation.
I'm afraid I can't help you. Investigator Sammelweis. Ask around and you'll get 100 different stories.
Oh, Annabelle!
None of them real.
There's the old crone. And that British guy.
I have heard rumors.
And Verity.
A vampire? That's right. Dracula! Dracula!
Cute.
You haven't a clue as to the true secret aboard this train.
Oh, this is funny.
Stir any memories?
this scene is still so funny. Her over her shoulder. Oh boy.
Night fell, and the last slivers of light faded into the darkness.
Uh-huh.
Their cries faded, and the blood of those sorry passengers trickled, sweet and warm down the throats of the red-eyed monsters.
Holy shit.
Until
Yeah, that face.
every last drop had been swallowed up.
We look forward to seeing you again.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, before we continue with the rest of the trailer, I'll say this. This was a trailer to my liking. Not really any kind of big story spoilers outside of the premise of the whole thing and theming around the train and vampires. They didn't even show Pyros or anything, unless it changes in a minute.
So you've come knocking at a vampire's door.
It's very like
All the best
the trailer portion of this is very misleading, which is good.
Anyone queasy seeing blood? Feel like making some new pointy-toothed friends?
Right, okay, that's Herald. Okay, they're definitely gonna show Corvus's old time as well, so...
Best not to cry. You may have trouble sleeping. Please have your tickets ready for boarding.
Sure, papers please.
Signal confirmed.
Alright, show me the ult.
Attention. Foreign objects on the rails.
Oh my god! She brings the train. She brings the train in. Okay, that's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Look. Look. As long as your opponent is not called Sabin, you're gonna be fine. As long as your opponent doesn't come from a certain Final Fantasy game, you're gonna be fine. That's cute.
Bangs out, I'm in. A silver bullet for a few pounds sterling.
Very stylish.
The right tool for the right job. A shadow walker. A light bringer.
Oh, that also, yeah, right, that also changes her ult. Nice.
Meets my gaze and cause a single.
This guy I don't know nothing about. I know he is in the main story soon. I shall meet him soon.
A dance with no end. No, he is lost in the rhythm.
Uh-huh.
Energy connects us all, like ribbons strung between twinkling.
Oh yeah, Mercuria also got her
Even the most mournful
like
spirit
Christmassy,
longs to
spooky
smile.
theme.
Hear their wailing carol.
Looks pretty good.
Release regret, and it will shimmer among the falling snow.
Has both a very cute and stylish aspect to it. Right. This skin. Alright, anything else new in this, or the rest is probably gonna be all the shop and free stuff? Oh yeah, sorry, I literally stopped as it went away. Oh yeah, this stuff, I don't think I've mentioned this at any given point during the Let's Play stuff. The like overflow energy essentially going into extra candy. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. Honestly, this is one of those things that I wish pretty much every single energy consuming gacha would have from the beginning. I can't remember which gacha started this trend first with this stuff. I know one of them started it and then everybody started copying it, but it's kind of like one of the probably one of the best things you can have in a game that already consumes energy. Would be better if there was no energy consumption, but then you know, the whole thing of logging in and doing stuff daily would kind of fall away, right? Anyway. Right, Rarest in Rain as well updates, yeah. These three. Oh yeah, these three. I was doing these three on complete auto mode because I want to see how long they can last on auto on all three battles with the Bloodtiff squad. Oh boy. Oh boy. I distinctly remember, I think it was on the last one, Echoes of Opera. I put them on that fight. By the way, all three fights lasted until I don't know, some invisible timer was reached or whatever the hell. I don't know. But I remember distinctly on the last one because I set it on that opera fight and I went downstairs to make coffee and I was really taking my time and I came back after 10 minutes and the fight was still going. The fight was still going. I sat down, I was watching something else, the fight was still going. Holy shit. These fights are long. Last evening on Earth. Soon. That's very cute. Trains. Tiny little trains. Alright. Okay, Rubuska trailer. This is very funny. The Rubuska trailer has way more likes than, than the actual main trailer. Uh-oh. What am I getting myself into? This is already foreboding. Oh god, what is this goofy music? Oh god, no.
So, she's the vampire everyone's been talking about?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. That's our boss, alright.
And this grin.
Have you really not heard her story? Well, guess I'll just have to tell it again.
Oh god. Uh-huh.
Deep in the forest,
What?
cast
What?
Failings, pale face, they could Nicola. And of course his younger brave sister Rubuska. Eyes red as blood, a shadow in the night. She must have dead, returning them to life.
Definitely a little Rubuska's VA singing.
Blood, a shadow in the night. Darkness and demons, but her no fate was dry. They feast on blood so they may live forever.
Okay, hold on. This is gonna stick in my brain for a while. Hold on, I'm trying to somehow. No, it's not working. Anyway.
She plays her keyboard when the light is drowned. She raised up her last one from underground. Danky Monday when we're spread far and wide. Go to Rubuska, the vampire brave and kind. Broken homes, broken souls, they beg, she casts a spell to rebuild their lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the mood shift right now.
Be careful. You mustn't get too close to the candles.
The brave vampire beaten by candlelight. What is this trailer?
You're not crying.
I see why it has so many likes.
A mighty vampire like me never cries.
Sure. This is peak brain rot. This song is peak brain rot. Oh god, what is he doing in the middle there? Good god. Okay, yeah, I see why this trailer had so many likes. Actually, what's the view count? I want to just compare 51k to the main trailer. 39k, yep, makes sense. Makes sense. Brain rot always wins. Anyway, Corvus's trailer, this is gonna be... Yeah, this is lower. God damn it. Alright. Actually, this was also released more recently, right? Okay. Well, anyway, Corvus time. Let's see.
Night holds more danger than day. Even on the train. And as its conductress, I must always be alert. I can't let any issues...
Nice stamp.
Oh, shit.
Got ink to spare for me?
...slip by.
Didn't know these kinds of patterns were your style. It's cute.
It was Ima's idea to reward child passengers for good...
Oh, is she like in this trailer having like hallucinations while she's working on the train? Oh boy.
Behavior.
You mean to say that you, the lone soldier, are handing out well-done stamps to kids?
Maintaining order on the train is one of my duties.
And these knitted toys? One of your duties too, I take it?
Just pastimes. It's how I take my rest.
Rest?
That is not even 3D. That is real wool, isn't it? Hold on, go back. That caught me off guard. That. Okay, that is real, right? I'm not tripping right now.
Rest? Well,
maybe it's
really
okay. No, maybe
rest,
it's 3D.
You should get a decent sleep.
It's the only way to clear my mind. At least for a time.
I'm surprised to see you're fond of needlework.
No two leaves are alike. And neither are people.
Wait, go back. Go back.
No two leaves are alike.
At least she's trying. At least she's trying, but what the hell is that?
And neither are people.
Thank you, conductress.
Aww.
Each turn of the needle, I see a little more of them.
And PTSD. Oh, the fingers.
The gunpowder.
Oh, shit.
And the wailing.
Then you should take better care of your hands. Bit of a snug fit.
Aww.
But it's just right for me. See? Make something for yourself every once in a while, will you? Take care, Iglika.
Aww.
Yes, Captain Nusha. I will.
Aww. And I'm putting the code on her. This trailer hit me more in the feels than Corvus' story, but only purely because I just went through the story. What the fuck? I feel like this trailer is way better to watch after the story. I hope I'm not alone with thinking that. This trailer hits way more into the feels after the story itself. What the fuck? What the fuck? Also, what the fuck am I looking at here? What? Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so what is this? This is from the Japanese channel for Reavers. So what is this? Oh, for fuck's sake, it's a Rubuska thing? Okay. I I don't think I need to watch the whole thing, but hold on. Okay, that's the kid speaking. I want to hear Rubuska. I actually recognize this one. Okay. Okay, the song. Yeah. Now here's the funny thing. The English one definitely sounds like it's being sung by a kid. This one I think is just it's the usual Japanese grown-ass woman doing kid voice. Maybe? Maybe not actually, hold on. Maybe it's also sung by a kid. This will definitely stick in my head. Be stuck in my head for a while. Good God. Rubuska, you dingus. Okay, I'll give the Japanese VA here cadence for actually saying Rubuska kinda properly. The Japanese usually struggle with the R's. Okay, okay. It's the same trailer, just in Japanese. Fine. I do kind of recognize. One of you remind me what the Japanese VA for Rubuska is known for, because from that one syllable I definitely recognize her from probably quite a bunch of things. All right. Okay, this Billy thing. So this is something again in regards to Rubuska. What is this? Oh, okay. Why is that? Hold on. Oh God, I don't know. Where do I control quality? Hold on. Screw it. I don't want to fuck something up. Okay. Okay, never mind. I found the. I let Google Translate this thing. I found the controls, but I need to be logged in. I don't have a Billy account, so whatever. This is gonna be dog shit quality. Okay, I'm guessing the kid is singing the song. Uh-huh.
森林深处，华丽高耸的城堡，生活着是雪公主夫妇一家。亲爱的弟弟尼古拉，还有从不害怕冒险的他，血红的眼睛，消失的影子。
That's actually cute.
死灰神的魔法，血红的眼。
I don't want to be logged in! Billy!
眼睛消失的影子，黑暗与死亡未曾困扰到他。爵士团，他们鲜血声音，我的永恒生命。
Also, hold on. Before I got interrupted, wait. Where does it start?
Again.
Deep in the forest, the castle stands tall, where you will find the vampire.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
深处华丽高耸的城堡，生活着。
Is it the same? No, is it the same?
Where you will find the vampire's hall. Sharp fangs, pale face, they go sneak along. 是雪公主夫妇一家，亲爱的尖牙齿弟弟尼古拉，还有从不害怕冒险的他，血红的眼睛，消失的影子。
Is it the same VA? Oh, sorry, same singer?
And of course his younger brave sister Rubuska, eyes red as blood, a shadow in the night. She wakes to dead.
Is this why the... Hold on, where's the Reddit post? Read it after you have seen the video. The video is the actual singer who sang the Chinese and the English versions of Rubuska's song. Okay, I see why I was asked to watch the Billy video. So she's singing both in both in Chinese. I almost said Japanese. Both in Chinese and in English. Respect. Respect.
血红的眼睛，消失的影子，黑暗与死亡未曾困扰到他。爵士团，他们鲜血声音，我的永恒生命。耶稣美。
Thanks for the earworm.
夜色中吹送出笛声阵阵，它俘获了坟墓里所爱之人。
Alright, I see it. I don't think I need to watch the rest.
When words fly far and wide, go to Rubuska, the vampire brave and kind. Broken homes, broken souls, they she casts a spell to rebuild their lives and raise someone who fell. Eyes red as blood, shining at the night. The dead were awakened, a joyful reunion. Eyes red as blood.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that I realized this before she started singing in English. I didn't expect this to actually go into English all of a sudden. Respect. Respect is all I can say. I was about to stop. I was about to stop and cut.
The brave, kind and generous vampire Rubuska. She resurrect her home come the next full moon. She lived forevermore and you'll see her soon. For she gave for everyone under her great tree.
Oh, be careful. You mustn't get too close to the candles.
Don't hit the mic.
A vampire like me never cries.
Okay, that was cute. I didn't expect this video to go. No, don't autoplay, don't autoplay. Stop, 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 stop. Can I stop it? Shit. Whatever, stop it. Okay, okay. I see why I was supposed to watch that that video. That was funny. Alright, but with that, we are completely done with the Midnight Whistle. And, well, the next thing on the list is gonna be a quick little jump into an anecdote. Which one specifically, you'll see next time. And probably alongside the anecdote, I'm gonna be going through the rest of Pre-Storm Protocol. Probably just super cut together any kind of story sequences or whatever the hell are in this thing. And then the next video after that is gonna be finally Last Evenings on Earth. I'm excited. I'm excited. Good thing that all of this stuff is coming out right now before before by the end of the month I get absolutely floored again. But that's still a bit away. I have time. I have time. But yeah. Anyway, overall opinions. The Midnight Whistle story was great. Way more spooky than you might expect initially, which is good. The Rubuska story definitely was very hard to read through. Very hard to read through. But yeah, definitely strong. Weirdly enough, Corvus' story, like, I guess I was expecting a war story and her companions all losing their lives and stuff like that, so maybe that's why it didn't hit me that much. But honestly, the trailer, in retrospect, connecting back to her story, hit way more. that moment in the trailer with her old commander. Good God. Good God, that was an emotional trip just for the end there. But yeah, anyway, that is it for this whole patch cycle outside of the Pre-Storm Protocol stuff. But yeah, next on the list, we're gonna be continuing to slowly catch up with main story more, and I cannot be more excited. 2 whole main story chapters that I can just blitz through after after the Last Evenings over on Earth. Good stuff. And oh boy, I might not know the story, what's in it, but I know one of the main story chapters is tied to more war stuff. War never changes. Good lord, we're gonna be back to some war stuff in the future. But yeah, also in conclusion, I don't know if they're gonna be, I said this before already, but I don't know if they're gonna be continuing the vampire stuff with Semmelweis more, considering that her story, unless they're gonna base a story after the events of Vienna around that whole thing. They could. They definitely could. But I don't know. I mean, Valentina, in my opinion at least, will definitely come back in some way, some shape or form. And if she does, I mean, if it's gonna be taking place after the Vienna stuff, then Semmelweis is definitely gonna be somehow part of the party. We'll see about that though. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what more they can do with the vampire stuff. But the vampire stuff is definitely building up into a much more bigger kind of side lore venture and story, which is very interesting to see. But we'll see what more they can build up with that story. But for now, this will be where we cut this episode. So thank you very much for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please leave a like. It will help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if you wanna support me more directly, memberships are open on the channel. And as I always say, no video will be behind a membership. It's purely there for support. So thank you very much to all the members already doing so. Much appreciated. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.